I'm Korean American. I was born in Pennsylvania. I moved back and forth from Korea to America. The first time I came back to America, I was in the separate line, like away from my family. My family was in like the foreigner line, while I was going through like American line. And I was like, wow, I'm like different from my own family.
Back in my elementary school, when we were learning about like the government and like the president and stuff, like the qualifications to becoming president, you gotta be like over 35 and born in America. They always said Andrew is probably gonna become the next president, and so that kind of like, I kind of like gave like a lot of I guess patriotic pride in me at the same time because they knew that I was an American as well because they knew that like the fact that I could possibly become president was a thing.
So my parents immigrated from Taiwan to the U.S. and that's where I was born. I was born and raised in Columbia, Missouri. Just growing up, most of the students that went to school were Caucasian. There were very, very few Asians in school and very, very few Asian Americans. So growing up, like my group of friends, they were usually all Caucasian and I felt really, really Asian. But growing up, I just wanted to be normal like anyone else. Yeah, I would go home. Like my parents had this rule. My mom had this rule. Like when we were at school, we could use English. When we're home, it's all about Chinese culture. We had to use Chinese with our parents. We read Chinese books. Even during the weekends, we went to Chinese school. So it was very split. It's like at home, around family, it's all Chinese culture. At school, it's all American. It was never combined. And it actually wasn't until Mizzou where I heard the term like Asian American, and that really hit me. And then I learned about the Asian American Association, and it was like a group of people who've been through similar issues or like had similar concerns or goals or passions as me. So I definitely felt a sense of community after coming to Mizzou because before attending Mizzou, I always thought of myself as Asian, like that was my identity. But then it wasn't until Mizzou where, oh, there's an identity called Asian American. I think I found where I fit in.
We're not just like a social club thing going on.
Yeah.
Like we're and like
There's
we
an educational
yeah, there's the
aspect to it.
educational aspect and there's just like that whenever it seems like a club this always irks me no matter where I go. Whenever somebody like calls us a club or like a social hangout or like a place where like buddies go to or whatever, it really like irks me because there's a lot of work going on like behind the scenes for every single thing. And it's just like, no, we're not just like, a little social thing. It's we try really hard, and AAA does a lot of work for that as well when it comes to like educating the campus and hosting events.